if iron ore prices go down and we stop trading in gas and coal because we want to be all net zero, what does that leave Australia with but to flog off its space to a bigger immigration policy?
Well, it leads us to our fifth biggest export, which is called education-related travel services, which is a euphemism for immigration dressed up as education, which is a $30 billion a year industry where we have 620,000 students in the country, and everybody knows they're not students. They're a low-cost workforce that's being brought in, and they're being brought in to prop up GDP, not GDP per capita, but GDP, and work in the 7-Eleven or drive an Uber, right? And in fact, it's pretty amazing. I saw yesterday in the newspaper that of the 9 universities in New South Wales, 8 of them are losing money, despite record numbers of students in the country. The universities aren't making any money. And so you go, this is a bit strange. What's actually happening? You know, are these actually really students? And really, I think it's late stage desperation in a Ponzi scheme. I mean, the housing market going up, you know, for 60 years effectively, relentlessly, has led to a Ponzi of all proportions. I mean, it's a housing bubble of all bubbles. In the global financial crisis, you had bubbles in the housing market in the United States, you had bubbles in the UK, you had bubbles in Ireland, Portugal, and so forth. And what we did in 2008 is we doubled down. And already in 2008, Australian households were twice as indebted to the housing market than the Americans were. So Australia now, household debt's about 211%, which is double to GDP, which is double the US, a country that you normally associate with credit cards and debt. Households are basically at a breaking point, and mortgages are skyrocketing. So when a business is paying astronomical land costs, they're paying the highest casual wages in the world, yet on those casual wages, people can't live, right? What we've decided to do is bring in a whole bunch of students, in inverted commas, to try and make it work. And that's gone on for way too long. And we've reached the logical conclusion of a Ponzi scheme.